Hey guys, and welcome back to Lego's Island. So today we are going to be showcasing the Pi Day Party 2024, which only lasts for one day, March 14th, 2024. Now, just a quick heads up and warning, much like the 900th episode party that we saw not that long ago, this is also a very small party, but even smaller than that. You'll know what I mean as we go for the tour, which also can explain why this one is not that long in terms of the video. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start off the tour by heading up to my cave. Because as you can see, we have a pi symbol right up here. With us going into the cave, we can see a ton of pi themed decorations with a ton of pi symbols all over the place. We can also find our first item, the Pi Day 2024 hat. Let's pick it up and let's put it on. And that is how it looks. This is how it actually looks. Well, yeah, you gotta remember the lighting in this room, which looks like this, by the way. So technically in reality, that's how it looks. Just because of the lighting in here. Anyway, now that we have our first item, I should also mention that all items are actually located on these pi symbols, these pi signs that we see all over the place. So please do look out for that. Anyway, you'll notice how there's a ton of pies here on the table. And fun fact, speaking of which, all 5 furnaces have pies in them, which is very cool and pretty clever if you ask me. The carpet also has the pi symbol as well, which is super cool. Not only do we have a lot of streamers, but we also have a lot of banners, which obviously these banners are available as an item. So we will find that later on in the tour. With all that being said, the cave honestly looks really cool. The event room is not decorated, so we will not be going down there. Either way, this room honestly looks super cool. And yeah. Anyway, with that said, let's move on to the next room. By the way, I should mention, there's only 5 rooms decorated for this whole party. So, our next item is the Pi Day 2024 shirt. Let's put it on, and that is how it looks. Looks very similar to the hat. Basically has the exact same color scheme, which looks really cool. Now that we have the item out of the way, this is what the blacksmith shop looks like. This is the only one to technically not have the item on the pi symbol, as honestly having it right here already looks a lot better. But the other 2 items after that will be on the pi signs respectively. So do look out for that. Anyway, let's continue. The blacksmith shop, as you can see, is decorated. And yes, before you ask, that also goes for the inside as well, where another pi can be seen right here. So that is super cool. With all that being said, this is a very cool room. And of course the outside also looks really cool. And yeah, with all of that being said, that's it for the blacksmith shop, and let's move on to the next room. The next room is the medieval park, because as you can see, there's actually medieval banners here. This is also where we can collect the Pi Day 2024 medieval banner. Let's pick it up, and let's put it on. In fact, this might actually be our first ever Pi Day medieval banner. Let me go check. Oh my god, it is! Holy frick! We've never done one before? That's crazy! Anyway, the medieval park has a ton of medieval banners based off of Pi Day. And the fences are also updated for this respective party as well. Why it took this long to finally make a medieval banner based off of Pi Day, I do not know. I just guess I finally felt like making it after all this time. With all that being said, this is obviously very well decorated. And honestly, the decorations do look really nice. And very well detailed for a party like this. The inside is also updated, with all of the banners updated, and yes, that does include there before you ask. This honestly looks really cool. And honestly, yeah, the banners do look amazing in here. And yeah, even the carpet looks nice. That's not all though, because of course, obviously, we have up here, which of course is also updated for this party as well. I mean, why wouldn't it be? This is how it looks, and genuinely, this looks amazing. The carpet also looks really nice up here. Honestly, I'm really proud of what I did with the medieval banners. Those honestly look so freaking cool. Anyway, the balcony also looks like this here on the medieval park. And honestly, I just love the way these banners look. And yes, again, as I previously stated, every single banner is updated, so of course that means down there too. Actually, that is a perfect way to just get back down here. And that's it for the medieval park. Let's move on to the next room. Our next room in this party is the village. It's not actually the last room because the coffee shop is updated. But let it be known that speaking of our last room, this is actually where our last item is, even though in there is our last room. But this is the last item. The Pi Day 2024 banner. Let's put that on. And that is how it looks. Now we are holding both items respectively, which means now we have all 4 items in the party. With that said, the village is updated, at least on the outside. Anywhere that isn't the coffee shop or the outside of the village, you may notice, is not updated in this party respectively. So, obviously we do not need to go in there, because only the coffee shop and the outside of the village are updated for this party. With that said, the village honestly looks really cool on the outside. And honestly, I love all these pie symbols that I did here. This honestly looks very, very clever for something like this. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. What? So now he shows up? Sorry I'm late. Didn't know you were here. That's completely fine. I know, I was curious. Like, where the heck was he the whole time? Isn't he supposed to be here? Yeah, he just showed up. Yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to normally be here. Anyway, I guess we could have him for this last room. Which, speaking of which, is the coffee shop. Let's get him in here. Assuming he follows us. You gonna come in here, bud? God dang it. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this again because I normally don't do this, but in order to just get him in here. This is the coffee shop, which is the final room in the whole party. Really, really cool how this looks. Of course, the coffee shop would be updated because it most likely is in most of these Pi Day parties. At least the last few, at least from what we've seen. Anyway, this is very cool. It's also nice to have this party stand alone after a few years, if I'm going to be quite honest. You know, without the St. Patrick's Day party, which actually is literally just in the next episode. So please look out for that. Because it literally starts on March 15th, which is literally the next episode. So what a coincidence that I bring that up. Because that's literally up next. In terms of events. With that said though, the coffee shop honestly looks amazing. With all of that being said, that wraps up the Pi Day party for 2024. Yeah, it's a little bit of a smaller party this time around, but it is only a one-day party. So, that makes total sense. Since the St. Patrick's Day party is a weekend-long event, mainly a 4-day event, it will be much bigger than this. So please look out for that very soon. What is your favorite room in this party? Personally, it has to be the cave for me. And what is your personal favorite item? My personal favorite item is honestly the banner. And I'm talking the regular banner, not the medieval one. But the medieval one still looks nice. Anyway, with all that being said, that is the Pi Day Party 2024.